So various studies have concluded that song overlapping, the thing where one bird begins a song while another of its species is singing, is a signal of aggression. Okay, so we're saying that these various studies have showed that song overlapping is a signal of aggression.
Yeah.
These
So when
studies,
two birds are talking, they're fighting.
yes.
Kind of how I read it.
These studies are based solely on receiver response tests, which seek to derive conclusions about the intent of a signal based on how others respond to it. Okay, so these studies are based, the only evidence really we have for this is the receiver response test, which is whenever we make conclusions about the intent of doing something based on how others respond to what you did. However, any response, even no response, can be interpreted as a reaction to perceived aggression. Okay, so we're saying, but any response, even if we don't have a response, can just be interpreted as aggression. Therefore, so
Basically, if they talk back, they're arguing or they're fighting, and if they don't say anything, then they're fighting. Like
excellent. Yes, it's irony. So
situation.
what? Okay, so it says which of the following most logically completes the argument? What kind of answer are we looking for? Like, what part of the argument are we looking for here?
Um, well, I just call it a fill in the blank, but
Correct. But it could be fill in the blank, but like what we will be filling it in with what part of the argument?
um, like a most
What comes after therefore? What?
oh, you mean a premise?
A
What do you
premise
mean?
comes after therefore?
No, I mean a
A
conclusion.
conclusion. Yeah, we're looking for a conclusion here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what I thought you were
No,
asking.
you're okay. Because like
Well, it's been so long that we've
sometimes
worked
it'll give
together
us
that
a
I'm
conclusion.
forgetting. This is what's really helpful.
Sometimes it gives us a conclusion and then it says since. Um, and then it'll have us fill in the blank. And clearly we're looking for a premise there, if that's what we're trying to fill in.
Got
That
it.
is going to support this conclusion. But here we're looking for, so this is a must be true question. Because you're like, what must be true or what can be concluded based on what the stimulus is saying?
Okay.
What would you, and you kind of predicted it. You're saying like, okay, so anything can be interpreted as aggression then.
Right.
All right, so go ahead and read these answers.
Birds do not respond in a predictable manner to signals of aggression. Well, to me, we didn't really know that because they were just stating. I don't know. I think I put a question mark next to A. I'm not
Yeah,
even
no,
a.
we can't guarantee that. It must be true that birds do not respond in a predictable manner. We don't
Right.
know that. You're right. Yeah, no way.
Receiver response tests can provide no insight into bird behavior. Well, I didn't really like that answer because I'm not so sure that they can't. Well, I don't know. Part of me was like, well, of course you can't. There's no insight because you don't know whether or not they're being aggressive. Because if they don't answer, you think they're being aggressive. And if they do answer, they're being aggressive. So it's a no win situation.
Right. But is no insight kind of strong?
Yes, I did think that. It was, see, this is where you start to overthink them, right? Because
Mhm.
yes, I felt that the answer was too strong, but it also to me was valid because from my
Okay.
prediction,
Okay, yep. So let's leave it open.
okay, song overlapping is likely not a signal of aggression. Well, we don't know that either
Yeah, why not?
because it could be or it could not be.
Yes, I love that because it's not, it's song overlapping is likely not a signal of aggression. We're not saying that this for sure is not likely. We're just saying like we don't have proof that it is or it isn't. So
Right.
C I think is easier to cross off than B.
Song overlapping has no communicative function. Well, we don't know that either.
Excellent. Yeah, no communicate, like it could, maybe it's how they mate. Who knows?
Right. And the conclusion of these studies is unconvincing. Now, I do know by me going back that E is the answer.
Mhm. Why?
So, because it's unconvincing because we don't know whether or not overlapping makes any difference. Like,
Right,
if
it's
these,
unconvinced. Yeah, we don't know. Like where B, like maybe these do provide a little bit of insight. Maybe it's just not in regards to aggression.
hmm, okay, I
Where
can see why I
when
went.
in doubt, and it must be true, we want to go with the more mild answer choice. So which one's more likely to be true? E for sure.
Okay, and that's where I went. Array is that I'd be. Like I was back and forth between B and E. So, okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.